By working closely with clients, Lanco Group is able to meet the complex infrastructure requirements for residential, commercial and industrial developments on time, on budget. Find out more at lancogroup.com.au. Lanco Group, your business partner for engineering solutions.
Are you looking to change your destiny in life? Be your own boss? Start your own business? If you are, you need people who understand your needs and are committed to helping you make it happen. At DKP & Co Chartered Accountants, we are more than just accountants. We are business advisors, taxation consultants and strategists that specialise in setting up businesses. We understand the client and give them the very best customised advice and strategies to achieve their goals. Visit our website dkpco.com.au or give us a call today on 03 9023 9370. Fast, proactive, personal. That's DKP & Co Chartered Accountants.
Presented by Simonds. It's The Green Room on FNR, Football Nation Radio. Oh, another clean sheet, another 3 points, top of the table. The boys in green and black are absolutely flying. Welcome along to The Green Room here on FNR, Football Nation Radio, proudly presented by Simonds Homes, the great Australian builder. Josh Parrish here, as per usual, joined by my partner in crime, Lockie Flanagan. How are you, Lockie?
I'll take partner in crime. I've been called a lot worse, so that's all good with me. I'm looking forward to this because two of the most important people from that win on the weekend against Perth are going to be joining us. One in live form and one in pre-recorded form.
Yeah, we had a nice little coffee yesterday with Stephen Lustica over at Panenka Foodstore, the adjacent cafe to the new Ultra Football, and he was marvelling over the jersey collection on display.
He was marvelling over the jersey collection. We were marvelling over his jersey collection, which it will come up in the interview, but just to tease it, a match-worn Andres Iniesta and a match-worn Modric. He didn't get the match-worn Modric from playing against Luka Modric. He just bought it. This guy has got jerseys coming out of his ears, so he's got plenty to share with us not too far from now.
The Iniesta one, though, that's a match day swap. That's pretty special.
That is unbelievable.
He's had some cool experiences in his career. We're going to dig into those a little bit later. But first up, we've got the young man, the speed demon, who opened his account for the season in the weekend's win over Perth Glory. Dylan Pierias, welcome to the Green Room.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure, mate. How did it feel to score your first goal for the year?
Yeah, obviously really good. You know, this year I've taken up more of a right wing role. You know, last year I was playing more wing back and sometimes on the wing, but yeah, I'm really happy. It was a bit of a monkey off the back, to be honest. You know, coming off the bench, maybe starting a few games in here, I was desperate for that goal just to search for that bit of confidence. And on the weekend, I think I found my confidence, and that goal just topped it off.
Well, I think that the commentators described it as, you know, you as being the player who deserved a goal no more than any other out on the field. And you know, it was a great finish from you, but it was also a pretty good cross in from your fullback Ben Garucha, who himself is no stranger to scoring decent goals at the minute. Have you written him a nice little thank you note for sending that one in on a platter for you?
No, me and Benny are quite close. We're actually roommates. So we've just got that connection. So when I saw him running down the line, I just knew he was going to find him.
What was your reaction to his scorpion kick going viral the other week? It was ridiculous.
Well, I was in the box, like right behind him, so I was ready to get the ball if he wasn't. So I was in the perfect position to witness it, and like in the replay, you can see my face. My jaw just dropped, and the whole celebration, the first minute of the celebration, I literally was just, my jaw was open. I didn't even say anything. I didn't scream. I was just like. like I couldn't believe my eyes, to be honest. But yeah, Benny absolutely ripped out an unbelievable goal.
So a bit selfish, really. You got to pass to a teammate or let it go to a teammate in a better position, right? It's a low percentage opportunity. You should be screaming at him.
Yeah, well, when you finish it off like that, you got to shut your mouth, I guess.
Well, he said in the interviews that he did after the game that he's tried that 1,000 times in training, and that's the first time that it works. Can you testify to that? Have you been there painfully witnessing his 1,000 attempts here at the hangar trying to do that?
No, I don't know about 1,000, but I have seen him do it before, like a long time ago. But the week leading up to the game, he did try it. Failed miserably. It was funny, to be honest. So he does try and do it. And the one time it worked, it was in the game. So I'm happy for him, and he deserves it. He's a good guy, man.
I want to see the outtakes, like at the end of the Jackie Chan film when you see all the face plants.
Yeah, that would be nice.
We have to get the VO footage from the West United training sessions.
Yeah,
the drone cam. Dylan, I want to go back to the game on the weekend because, another teammate of yours who did quite a spectacular thing on the weekend was Nikolai Topol-Stanley. We saw him gallivant his way out of the centre-back position to join the attack and set up Alex Prijovic for that goal. Watching on from your position on the right, what was going through your mind when you see one of your most senior members of the team, a centre-back no less, just head forward and get into the nosebleed section? What was going through your head?
First, I was thinking, what are you doing? Nah, Topper, he's an ultimate pro, and for 36 years old, I think he's 36. I'm pretty confident, but he moves like he's still 28. So when he's running up, I was thinking, geez, I'm like, here we go. And he's a machine, and I'm happy for him too. But a bit of facts, he's actually like one of the top 5 quickest in our team, which I think people would be shocked about. So he's quite mobile and stuff. So when he started getting those engines going, I was like, here we go. It was good to see.
Well, I wanted to ask about that because Josh, I believe, described you as a speed demon just as we were about to bring you up. And I was looking over at the camera. I saw your eyes light up and the ear-to-ear grin. Are you going to come out on the program and take that? Because you mentioned that Topper's in the top 5. Are you going to come out and take that spot as number 1, or is there someone else?
Nah. I think I'm definitely number 1 for that. I think the stats on our GPS prove that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I just was lucky enough to have this natural born pace that was given to me, which my dad likes to claim that he gave it to me. Which apparently he was fast when he was younger. So yeah.
Did your dad play football as well?
My dad played a bit of it. Like he started off with soccer, and then his dad told him that he's too rough to play soccer, so he started playing AFL football. And he was quite good. Apparently, he played for Essendon under 19s and stuff. So yeah, I guess that athletic ability does come from him.
So do I take it that your dad quite enjoys you guys being in and around the hangar then?
Yeah, to be fair, we're both supporters. So he's a big Collingwood supporter. So yeah.
Oh, sorry, we're going to have to end the Zoom call there. Thanks for your time, Dylan. It's been great having you on, but no Collingwood. We've got a no Collingwood station policy.
What's the hangar like to train at?
Yeah, it's honestly, it's a world-class facility. I think we're very lucky that Essendon allowed us to share the facility with them, and they're awesome, and they let us use basically everything in there. And I think we have a great connection with them now, even the players and stuff, seeing them around, and we learn different things, how to be, we take some of the stuff that they do differently to us, and they take some of our stuff as well. And I think it's just a good, healthy environment there. So it's great.
Well, you speak about a healthy environment that you have between, yourself and the footy club and Essendon. But it seems that even if you guys were just left to your own devices, the vibes, if you'll allow me to borrow an Alinoism, seem very, very good in the changing rooms at the moment. You know, it seems like it's really fueling, the results and the performances that you guys have been able to put in that changing room atmosphere. Yeah,
no, look, I've said it before in other interviews that this is easily the best bunch of boys that I've ever been with. I think there's a real family sense in the change rooms, and I don't know, everyone gets along. I don't know anybody that doesn't get along with each other. And I think in pre-season, I think we started to realise, we're a decent team here, and we started to believe. And then at the start of the season, we're winning games, and that belief just grew. And then our morale and our team spirit and everyone just got closer. And, we started to realise, hey, we're a good team, man. We can make something of this year. And it's all about that belief. And now we're on top of the table, just in front of City with a game in hand behind them. I would say, we're going to do great things this year.
Let's talk about you and your positions that you've played over the course of your Western United and football career generally. Always been a versatile player, right back, right wing back, right wing, up front even. What's your preferred position? Do you even have one, or is it just on the park?
Look, I love playing all those positions, but I'd probably say right wing is probably most suited to me. At first I started off as a right back, and then as I got older, I think I started to realise that I had a real attacking sense to my game, more so than my defending. And then obviously I played wing back, which was, I think, a really suited position to me. But then this year, Aloisi went into 4-3-3, and I'm definitely more of a winger than a proper fullback. And I'd probably say fullback's my favourite position. Winger, sorry.
He's not quite sure.
Does it help to have, I can only imagine it helps to have a manager who agrees with you in terms of he thinks that your best position is the one that you enjoy playing the most? How have you found that experience of working with Johnny this season?
It's been great. When he got appointed coach, I never knew him before that, but I heard a lot of good things about him. Obviously, I knew who he was. And I was just excited. And, when I got told, look, we're looking at you as a winger, that's what we think you are, I was very happy, because that's the position I wanted to play. They've worked closely with me and the other wingers, and really shaping me into a proper winger. And I think this year I've learned so much how to play that proper right wing role, even left wing. It's been great.
Do you even remember the Aloisi penalty, or were you too young for that?
Come on, man. Of course I do.
It would have been one of your first football memories, though, right? Were you 5, 6?
Yeah, 5. I was 5. Funny because I remember me and I got an older brother who's 25 and a younger brother who's 20, and we all played football when we were younger, and we actually bought that match on DVD. And me and my younger brother, I remember we used to play that penalty that he scored over and over, and we used to run around the house. It was pretty crazy that when I found out he was going to be my coach, I just kind of chuckled to myself, and it was just like, wow, I was watching him running around like an idiot at 5 years old with my top off, watching that goal on replay now as my coach.
So when you found out, when it was officially announced that John was your coach, you didn't put the DVD back in the player and just give it another watch? It's probably, you can probably get it on YouTube now.
Yeah, probably on YouTube, but nah, I didn't.
I reckon I watch that penalty shootout about 3 times a year on YouTube, by the way.
I watch it, and half the time I watch it, it's not even for the penalty. No disrespect to John. It's for Craig Foster just losing his marbles in the background. Just, are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, the audio is actually perfect.
Yeah, I think it summed up everyone's feelings at the time. Dylan, on this season, this group is really gelling together now, starting to click up front as well. The defence was the talk of everything at the start of the season, but starting to put some goals away and create more chances now. Has this team reached its ceiling yet, or is there more improvement to get to?
No, I think, there's always a room for improvement. We're not perfect, but I feel like, Foxy, our assistant coach, and JA, our third assistant coach, and Aloisi really focused on that defensive structure, because I guess that's like the backbone of the team. And, if you don't concede goals, you're not going to lose. So we worked on that very heavily and shown through the season, we're a very, very hard team to break down. I think we're very disciplined, and that's a credit to the coaching staff who have implemented and drummed that into our head. And then they always knew, we have the players up front that have the quality to be able to score, and that will eventually come with confidence. And, I think we've scored, don't quote me on this, but I think it's 11 or 12 goals in the last 6 games. So we're starting to pick up that form in the front third to really punish teams. And, I think this is not the ceiling. I think we're going to be even better weeks to come.
Well, I wonder if that uptick in goals as well has anything to do, and I dare suspect that it does, with the introduction of a fully fit Alex Prijovic, to lead the line and getting injected into that striker position. How are you finding, working with Alex? He's a pretty, from what we've seen so far, a pretty incorporative player. Likes to bring other players around him in.
Yeah, Alex is great, man. He just needed some time to really work on his fitness and his body, and he's a real confident guy, and he just needed some time, and it clearly shown. He's banging in the goals now. And not only that, he's fit now. He's holding up the play for the boys. He's including other players. I personally think for a striker, he's quite unselfish, which is great because he brings all the other boys into the play. And when he gets his chance, he finishes them off. So he's been a great inclusion into the team, and he's been also a great guy as well. He's always, talking to us and stuff like that. So he's been a really good inclusion to the team.
I remember he was one of our first guests this season, maybe the first one.
Yeah,
and
I think it was.
I asked him a question about his sort of lethal finishing, but I think the phrasing of my question sort of it seemed to hint that he was some sort of goal poacher or fox in the box type who didn't really have much business elsewhere. And I remember he sort of looked at me and responded, "I hope I can be more than this." And he is. He's much more than this. His assist for the Gariccio goal was the little outside of the foot cross is almost as spectacular as the finish itself. So, he's really hitting some form, which is fantastic to see. How far is Rene Krahinov from contributing regularly? We're starting to see him come into the first team picture now.
Yeah, he needed some time as well, probably more than Prijovic. I remember talking to him, and he hasn't played a game apart from the few times recently coming on. Before that, he hasn't played since last year, April.
Yeah.
So that's a long time. So he needed to work on his body, and he's a pro, so he knew he probably could have come in earlier, but he goes, nah, I'm not ready yet. I know my body. And, it will take a bit of time for him to find his feet. But even when he's been coming in and stuff, he's a great player. In training, he's a bit of a razzler. And I think you guys will see it when he starts playing consistent game time and gets more fit. You'll see, he's quite very neat and tidy and nifty on the ball.
Rene the Razzler? I think we've got to get that guy.
I'm happy to work that in anywhere I can. I'm glad you brought up Rene though, Josh, because Dylan, you don't know this, but starting from our interview with Steve yesterday, which will be airing later in the program, I've been trying to investigate something on behalf of the footballing public. You may have noticed that all of the Italian-speaking, players with Italian backgrounds on their Instagram stories keep on saying this thing, 50-50, 50-50. And all my group chats have been exploding, wanting to know what this means. I asked Stephen Lustica yesterday. He couldn't tell me. He says he just skips through Diamante's Instagram stories because there's too many. Do you have any intel on the origin of 50-50? What does it mean?
I honestly have no idea. I have no idea. I'm kind of like Lusty. At the start, I was watching all his stories. Now, mate, he's a menace on there. He's 400 stories a day. Tough, man. Every time I go on my stories on Instagram, I know Deer's coming up on doing these ones just as quick as I know it's about 40 minutes long. I can't really understand him, but if I did, maybe I would watch all of them. But no, he's a great guy, man.
Yeah, he's great value. It doesn't really matter what he's saying. It's just the general vibe, the general feeling is just lifts everyone's spirits, right?
Yeah, he does.
I don't speak a word of Italian, but sometimes I will just watch the story anyway. Because I don't know what you're saying, but you are having a great time saying it, and that's enough for me.
Yeah.
Dylan, you're actually a Western Suburbs boy, aren't you? You grew up in the area. What does it mean to represent Western United, having grown up here?
Yeah, obviously it's very special. I've been in the West my whole life. I lived out in Hillside around Taylor's Lakes, Keilor, growing up, and then we moved to Caroline Springs. And when I was at City and heard there was going to be a West team, I was really excited and hoping they meant west of Melbourne, because there was talks that it was going to be a Geelong team. And when I found out it was going to be a west of Melbourne, like representing the whole from Geelong to Ballarat, all that side of Melbourne, I was really excited. And it obviously means a lot to me. It's honestly, it's like I'm playing for my home club, like literally. So, you know, I love Western United, and I think it's my third year now here, and I love it.
Oh, that's so good. I mean, where did you grow up? What's your backstory, I guess, with the football clubs you've played for and the suburbs you lived in and so forth?
Yeah, so I lived in Hillside and I played for Keilor Park Soccer Club, which is right around from the hangar right now. And I played there from like 6 years old to about 11, 12. And that's when I moved to Spring Hills Soccer Club, which is right across the road from my house, basically. And then from there, I started playing like state teams and stuff. So, yeah, I started off just doing that. And then obviously at 14, 15, that's when I got picked up by the Melbourne City Academy for the under-20s. And obviously I was playing like representing Australia at under-16s, 17s, 18s. And then I signed my first pro at City, and then I moved on to Western United.
So playing for the Australian youth teams, so forth, you play for the Olyroos and everything. I mean, what does it mean to you to pull on the green and gold? Is it something that you're striving for again in the future? Yeah,
of course. That's, I think, every young footballer in Australia is their dream to represent their country. And, when I represented the first time at the under-16s Australia, it was like the best moment of my life. I remember clearly walking into the change room in Cambodia when we travelled there and seeing my name on an Australian jersey. I was, quite starstruck and I couldn't believe it. And then kept playing, obviously representing the 16s, the 17s, 18s, the 19s, the 20s, and obviously not too long ago, the 23s. It's quite special. I'm very humbled and grateful that I was able to do that. And obviously, of course, my goal is to try and get into the Socceroos. That would just be amazing.
It just seems, hearing you speak, Dylan, playing for a club who represents the area where you've grown up, playing the position that you want to be playing, back on the score sheet, it just seems like it's a really good fit. And you seem like a person who is really comfortable and just enjoying their football at the moment.
Yeah, I am. Lately, I have been enjoying it. I've started the last 3 games, which I've been happy about. And obviously getting on the score sheet, that's, what more can you ask for? And I think it's generally I just enjoy going into the club every day, seeing the boys. Training's great. I'm really content right now with my football.
It's good. It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear. A lot of players keep their cards very close to their chest, but Dylan, the emotion's very clear with you. And looking ahead to the game this weekend in Ballarat against the Newcastle Jets, a team that some people refer to as the box office Jets. They like to play a very aggressive brand of football. How do you see them? We know that Western United have been very solid defensively. You guys are starting to grab more goals as well. How do you see this opponent? Do you think they're a good fit for what you guys bring to the table?
I think every game is tough in the A-League, but I think Newcastle Jets are I don't know if I would say they're an underrated team. I think where they are on the ladder doesn't represent how good they are. You know, I'm a fan of the A-League. I watch all the A-League games, and they're looking pretty strong. And I know one thing: they work their butts off. They're aggressive. You know, they're good going forward. They're going to be a really tough opponent for us, I reckon. And we're not taking it lightly. We know they're really they can hurt us if we're not switched on or we're not ready or we take them too lightly. We'll lose that game. So we're ready.
And, you know, they've got a striker in Becca Mikkel-Tadze, second in the goal-scoring charts this season. Their Brazilian attacking midfielder, Daniel Pena, likes to shoot from about 30 metres every time he gets the ball, so he's one to watch out for as well. So it should be a really entertaining game. I'm looking forward to it. 3:05 p.m. kickoff at Mars Stadium in Ballarat. I know a number of the FNR crew are heading up for the game.
I'm bringing my family along. My family moved to Ballarat not long ago, so I'm insisting they come along. Watch this game because I reckon it's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Dylan?
It's going to be a great game, I reckon.
Well, thank you so much for making the time tonight, Dylan. We really appreciate you sharing all that with us. And congratulations on your goal. Congratulations on cracking into the starting 11 in the past few games as well. And we wish you the best of luck this weekend in Ballarat.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
We'll go to a short break here on the Green Room, but something very exciting coming up afterwards, Lockie.
Yeah, a bit of cafe with Stephen Lustica, the Jersey tour. It's all coming up.
Yes, make sure you stick around for our chat with Stephen Lustica at Panenka Foodstore, the cafe off Ultra Football. We caught up with him yesterday and had a great natter of about his career and his football fandom as well. So stick around. This is the Green Room, the official Western United club show, coming to you live on FNR Football Nation Radio.
Are you looking to change your destiny in life? Be your own boss? Start your own business? If you are, you need people who understand your needs and are committed to helping you make it happen. At DKP & Co Chartered Accountants, we are more than just accountants. We are business advisors, taxation consultants, and strategists that specialise in setting up businesses. We understand the client and give them the very best customised advice and strategies to achieve their goals. Visit our website dkpco.com.au or give us a call today on 03 9023 9370. Fast, proactive, personal. That's DKP & Co Chartered Accountants.
Since 1998, Lanco Group has been providing superior civil engineering solutions and advice to developers, local government and service authorities across Australia. Lanco Group is known for delivering sustainable, efficient solutions. By working closely with clients, Lanco Group is able to meet the complex infrastructure requirements for residential, commercial and industrial developments on time, on budget. Find out more at lancogroup.com.au. Lanco Group, your business partner for engineering solutions.
We're this great sporting nation who has yet to embrace fully the world's greatest game, and for so long of trying to have the game accepted. And when I'm up to the big football field in the sky, I just want people just to remember I told you so.
And suddenly the complexion of the game changes. Let's hope it doesn't, but this is the best period for Iran in the match. Danger for Australia here, the flag's down! It's an equaliser!
You just feel for them, not just the boys, they are representative of so many people who make this game their life. It's just, I can't say anything, mate.
All right. Especially as they have the impetus. Aloisi, Cahill, Cahill! Tim Cahill has done it again! What a goal by Tim Cahill! 2-1 Australia! Oh, it's a wonderful moment in Kaiserslautern! And Tim Cahill has come off the bench and maybe won the match for the Socceroos.
You're listening to FNR, Football Nation Radio.
Since 1998, Lanco Group has been providing superior civil engineering solutions and advice to developers, local government and service authorities across Australia. Lanco Group is known for delivering sustainable, efficient solutions. By working closely with clients, Lanco Group is able to meet the complex infrastructure requirements for residential, commercial and industrial developments on time, on budget. Find out more at lancogroup.com.au. Lanco Group, your business partner for engineering solutions.
Are you looking to change your destiny in life? Be your own boss? Start your own business? If you are, you need people who understand your needs and are committed to helping you make it happen. At DKP & Co Chartered Accountants, we are more than just accountants. We are business advisors, taxation consultants and strategists that specialise in setting up businesses. We understand the client and give them the very best customised advice and strategies to achieve their goals. Visit our website dkpco.com.au or give us a call today on 03 9023 9370. Fast, proactive, personal. That's DKP & Co Chartered Accountants.
Long throw, goalkeeper's come, hasn't got there. Harry Kewell, and then poked home by Tim Cahill. Australia have done it! 6 minutes to go, and it's a landmark moment for Australian football. Tim Cahill has scored the nation's first ever World Cup Finals goal.
You're listening to FNR, Football Nation Radio.
Penalty conceding kind of situation, but Atkinson did well. Oh my goodness! Have you seen a more freakish goal in A-League history? Riley McGreen with a scorpion kick into the top corner. It's one of the most amazing things we've ever seen. Come on, Ernie, on your feet.
You're listening to FNR, Football Nation Radio.
They try to open up the Dutch via another route. Iniesta's in the middle all alone. If Fernando Torres can find him, it's stabbed away uncomfortably to Fabregas. Surely now, Spain have won the World Cup for the first time in history. Andres Iniesta has broken Dutch hearts.
You're listening to FNR, Football Nation Radio.
Here with Western United midfielder, goal scorer extraordinaire in the purple patch of his life, Steve Lustica. Welcome to the Green Room.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure to have you out here at Panenka Foodstore. You've been around this part of the world before?
Yeah, I have. I came in a few times here. Dealt football when it first opened, and the cafe here, and it's unbelievable setup here. You know, there's a couple of great facilities there, great store there, and cafe, and yeah, it's a really good setting here.
We're sorely tempted by the artificial pitch, Lockie. I think we're going to have to go for a kick afterwards.
Yeah, I've been to the one actually in Sydney as well. They've got a pretty cool pitch here, but this one looks pretty cool. And wouldn't mind getting on there for a few shots of foul. Yeah.
Well, if you're in the form that you're in, we can't blame you for wanting to have a few cracks at the target. What's the secret? What's clicked this season?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I'm not playing really in an attacking position to sort of, scoring goals, getting positions. I've been playing mostly as all the games. I've been playing as holding midfielder with mostly with Kilkenny as a 2-6 as we play. And in that position, we're not really. You don't really get forward that much and get really opportunities to score, but we do a lot of the running, a lot of the dirty work, building up from the back. But I found myself in a few goal scoring positions. I do like to get on the edge of the box and try to get myself into those positions, and I found myself in those positions so far this season, and I've scored a few goals, which is good.
Do you think maybe coming from that deeper position in midfield sort of helps you in terms of getting forward to score those goals? Like sometimes your attacking midfielder isn't necessarily tracking you and you're just able to ghost?
It is, yeah. It's definitely a position where you're untracked, if you're making late runs into the box. And, I do like to find myself in those positions because, I do fancy myself, throughout my career I have scored, goals from midfield. But, like I said, I'm playing a lot more of a defensive role this season and I'm enjoying that a lot. I've got a great partnership with Neil at the moment and, we're working well together. But like I said, I've popped up in a few positions there and, had a crack and they've gone in, yeah.
Your cousin is Steven Ugarkovic, is that correct?
Yeah, Steve's my first cousin, yeah.
Unreal. So two of the A-League's stalwart central midfielders. What's it like coming up against your cousin on the pitch?
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, we've come against each other a few times now, to be honest. When I was at Brisbane Roar, then Wanderers, and now at Western United. So definitely, yeah, we grew up, in the backyard. Like he was born in Sydney. I'm from Canberra, but obviously we spent a lot of time together. And we grew up, kicking the ball together in the backyard, competing with each other. A lot of training sessions together we did, even though he was a few years younger than me. We still, grew up in that football environment, that football family, which ultimately, helped us become professional football players.
It's crazy how full of coincidences life can be. Not just the fact that your cousin's a professional footballer, he plays in the same league as you, same position as well, but you're also both quite versatile midfielders in terms of being able to play a lot of different roles. Obviously you've been playing as a 6 recently, you were put forward into that 10 position on the weekend. How do you manage fitting into all those different roles in midfield? Is it just experience?
Yeah, I think just experience. I'm comfortable in all positions. I'm obviously a central midfielder, but I'm comfortable, as a 6 and 8, and whatever role the coach wants me to play or the team's playing, I'm comfortable in all those positions. So, obviously with experience as well, understanding the role, what the coach wants from you. Obviously, playing abroad as well and playing in different leagues has obviously helped that as well. So, in terms of that, for me personally, it's not a problem playing in different positions.
Well, let's talk a bit about that experience. You got your first break at Gold Coast United back in the day, and then the overseas crack came out of the blue to Hajduk Split, a massive team in Croatia. Are you a Hajduk fan?
Yeah, massive Hajduk fan, yeah.
I read there was a family connection to Hajduk as well.
Yeah, my grandfather's cousin was a legend of the club, former player and a former coach. So, yeah.
Third highest appearance holder?
Yeah,
Slavko?
That's correct, yeah. He won championships as a coach as well, and a lot of goals, scored a lot of goals for them as well, so he's definitely a club legend there.
It must have been unreal for you to pull on that same jersey and share those experiences.
Growing up, supporting Hajduk Split, it's not, just like a typical club, you're sort of born supporting Hajduk, and I was definitely born, when I grew up, straight away, my father instilled in me Hajduk Split. That's the team that we support, and you've got no choice. And obviously going there as a youngster as well. I went there as a 7-8-year-old on holiday, experiencing going to the stadium, watching them play, experiencing the atmosphere, the fans, how much the club means to the city, to the region in Croatia. It was something really special and eye-opening. And I was, like I said, a massive fan growing up, and I went there a number of times throughout, as a teenager, and I always said I wanted to play for Hajduk Split. That was, it was never like Barcelona, Manchester United, or one of the top clubs. It was for some reason it was Hajduk Split. That was the club that I wanted to play for, and fortunately for me, it was obviously a dream come true to be able to play for them and playing some big games there as well as a young player. Definitely a great experience and something that I'll never forget.
Well, you bring up the subject of big games, and in the main area here at Panenka Foodstore, there's a little mural to some of the game's greats, and a few of them have listed in their former clubs Inter Milan, and of course you got to play against Inter at San Siro. Take us through that experience.
We qualify against them. 2-leg game. First leg, I was on the bench. In Split, we lost 3-0. We got smashed 3-0. It was a full stadium, unbelievable atmosphere. I think Coutinho, pretty sure he scored that game. He played for Inter Milan at the time. Yeah. They had a top 10, Schneider, Milito, Zanetti, they had a Cambiasso, they had a really unbelievable team.
That was the team that won the Champions League and everything,
the
treble.
It was pretty much it. Most of those players, and then we went to the San Siro with a 3-0, loss going into that game, and we ended up winning that game 2-0. So we were just one goal short of going to extra time, and I came on that game at San Siro, which was an unbelievable experience to come on there. It was 45,000 fans there. It was a great experience.
But the biggest game you played in for Hajduk Split has got to be the derby, right?
Yeah, the derby was unbelievable. I mean, another big one was against Barcelona. That was actually my first game.
That was the 100th anniversary of the club, and you made your debut against Iniesta.
Yeah, that was unbelievable, to be honest. That was my first game. Came on last 30 minutes and pretty much had to mark Iniesta that whole second half. And we drew 0-0 that game. And
You did your job then?
Yeah, we did our job, to be honest. And it was they had a good team now. You know, I think the only missing Messi and one or two other players, but all the other players played. That's when Pep was coach there, and I remember Pep gave our team a big rap after the game, saying he was really surprised at the level of the team and the atmosphere of the stadium. Said he never experienced anything like it, and it's come from Pep Guardiola. The atmosphere was unbelievable. Obviously, sold out stadium. We celebrated 100th year anniversary. It was, I get goosebumps thinking about it.
Was there a particularly big lesson you took out of marking and following Andres Iniesta around on the pitch?
I was 20-year-old making my debut, sort of in awe of him, but knowing that I've still got a job to do, and I was obviously very nervous. My first game, full stadium, but did all right. So I was pretty happy after the game.
Did you go for the shirt swap?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You got it still?
Yeah, I got it home. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Wow, that's got to be a pleasure.
And there might be a few people who come to Panenka who might be thinking about trying to steal that jersey. Price. Yeah.
So the derby against Dinamo in Croatia is the be-all and end-all. It's live or die, essentially, and the ultras, really get into it. Obviously, it's a pretty intimidating atmosphere. Do you think having the surname, I guess they say Lustica over there, but did that help you with your relative being a legend of the club? That put you in the good books?
Not really.
No?
To be honest, you judge purely on your own performances.
Yeah.
And, obviously, there is a bit of a background there and that, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to obviously perform. And
They're a pretty demanding group of fans.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Very demanding. Yeah, like I said, leading up to that derby game, we actually went away for a whole week camp on an island across from Split, just to get away from Split. Just to have our own sort of, and even over there, you're still, there's fans everywhere, you know what I mean? And anywhere you go around.
Because Split is the perfect getaway. It's paradise, basically, but you have to get away from the supporters and the leader.
But even when you go away, there's still, Hajduk's got support all around Croatia, so wherever we went, we were bombarded by supporters, but just the lead up to the derby week is another experience as well that we experienced, and like I said, it's something that I'll never forget.
It's funny, we interview a lot of players here, and some players it's just a job for them. They do their job and they totally check out off the pitch. And some players seem to live football off the pitch as well, and it's their hobby and their obsession as well as their profession. Which camp do you fall into?
Definitely the obsession.
I could guess from the way you're speaking.
Before the little insight into behind the scenes, when Steve first arrived, one of the first things that we talked about was the NPL Victoria. I don't think you start talking about the NPL unless you are dead serious about football in the country.
I mean, in a football family, I grew up watching the NSL.
Because your dad played for Canberra.
My dad played in the old NSL for Canberra City. And he introduced me to the game. He's the one that introduced me, and I fell into love with the game. And like I said, growing up in Canberra, we didn't really have much football. So I used to watch the NSL. We used to drive to Adenza Park, which Sydney United. That was the team that I supported. My old man used to drive me from Canberra there, and we used to watch a lot of their home games. So I was I could name in those generations nearly every player in the NSL. I'm pretty mad at football. I remember every Tuesday afternoon I would wait at 4 p.m. for the Soccer Weekly, the newspaper that would come out. I've got them at home. I've got about 100 of them still in boxes. So yeah, I'm obsessed. Yeah.
So if Western United are ever doing a trivia night, that you are the person that everyone else wants on the team.
Yeah, for NSL and that kind of stuff, no problem.
What's the camaraderie like in the group at the moment? And because you're top of the table, something's got to be going right.
Yeah, it's great at the moment. We like I said, we I keep saying we start the season well, but it's not the start of the season. We're midway through the season now. We're still performing very well. And it's not by chance. that either. You know, I know a lot of people are talking about the 1-0 victories. You know, and maybe a bit of luck here and there. I can guarantee you, it's definitely not luck. You know, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of preparation, a lot of discipline that's gone into those results. You know, like I said, we had a great pre-season. John's come in and you know he's been great with the boys. You know, he's given the boys a lot of confidence as well to go out and enjoy. And obviously, you know, he's brought in his structures as well that we all follow, obviously. And you know, there's a reflection of that on the field with the results so far.
We can see, obviously, for our own eyes, the differences that John coming in has made on the pitch. But I want to dig a little bit deeper into this sort of off-field culture, because every single player that we speak to on this program seems to be speaking really glowingly about the atmosphere in the dressing room and the buy-in that the players have got to what John's bringing to the club. Obviously, you've been here for a few years, experienced different managers. What do you think have been the big changes that John's made specifically to sort of make that dressing room environment what seems like a really fun place to be around?
He's come in and straight away he's brought a positive energy amongst the group. You know, he hasn't put any demands on or expectations in terms of we all know that we want it. Everyone wants to win the championship, win the grand final. That's without saying. You know, so we've taken it step by step. Gradually, we've been building, and we've seen that with our performances and results. But you know, John's come in and, like I said, he's brought a togetherness where everyone's together, everyone's on the same path. Everyone believes in what he's the information that he's giving us, and like you said, everyone's on the same wavelength, and everyone's believing. That's the biggest thing. The group's really strong, really together, and like I said, there's a lot of positivity around the playing group at the moment, and you know, really enjoying it as well. You know, there's really enjoyment. You know, you never get sick of winning games. You know, and especially after the dressing room when we sing our team song together. You know. It's something that we look forward to, and you never get sick of that feeling, that winning feeling. Doesn't matter, you know, you play well, you don't play well. Ultimately, that winning feeling, you can't beat that. And you know, we've sort of, you know, we made that good habit so far of, you know, singing that song at the end of the game. You know, and it's brought the group closer together. And you know, I'm sure that we'll continue to work hard and continue to, you know, strive for those results and performances.
Yeah, well, I think most people have seen and enjoyed watching those post-match celebrations in the change rooms, and some of the players seem to enjoy it, you know, quite a lot, maybe a little bit too much. You've got a few eccentric characters in the dressing room. Do you think that helps?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we've got a mixture of a lot of different characters, which is good. You know, we've got, you know, Diamante, and we've got Lockie Wales, and we've got Ryan Scott. We've got, I mean, let's just naming some players, but you know, the group's really, it's a positive group. Yeah, it's really a lot of positive energy, and yeah, it's all working well.
So what's the plan for your career then? You've signed on for another year at Western United. You know, easy decision for the club to sign you up again, considering you're scoring so many goals from midfield. But is this somewhere you want to stay for, you know, the foreseeable future?
Yeah, look, I'm enjoying myself, you know, at Western United. Ever since I came to the club, I've really enjoyed my time at Western United. And for now, it's just, you know, step by step. You know, I was just signed up for another season and looking forward to staying on at the club, and hopefully we can have some success and, you know, win some trophies, which is ultimately what we want to do. So at the moment in my career, you know, I'm just focusing on that, not looking too far ahead, and we'll see what happens.
Well, you mentioned the trophy intentions. How do you look at what remains of the season? Obviously, it's still super tight. There are plenty of teams to play catch-up games, but you guys at the moment are the front runners. How do you see the remainder of the season? Are you just taking it one game at a time?
One game at a time. You know, there's some quality teams there. You know, Melbourne City, Sydney FC, you know, Melbourne Victory. You know, there's every game in the A-League is hard. You know, so definitely taking it game by game. You know, we've got a busy schedule coming up now as well, a lot of games. And, you know, like I said, for us it's just step by step. You know, we're not putting any pressure or any expectations on ourselves. We just want to keep improving, keep performing, and I'm sure the results will follow.
Well, we wish you the best of luck in Ballarat on the weekend, and best of luck for the rest of the season as well. Western United, top of the table. You keep scoring, you keep winning. There's something special coming at the end.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. So, no, thanks guys, thanks for having me on, I really enjoyed it.
Since 1998, Lanco Group has been providing superior civil engineering solutions and advice to developers, local government and service authorities across Australia. Lanco Group is known for delivering sustainable, efficient solutions. By working closely with clients, Lanco Group is able to meet the complex infrastructure requirements for residential, commercial and industrial developments on time, on budget. Find out more at lancogroup.com.au. Lanco Group, your business partner for engineering solutions.
Are you looking to change your destiny in life? Be your own boss? Start your own business? If you are, you need people who understand your needs and are committed to helping you make it happen. At DKP & Co Chartered Accountants, we are more than just accountants. We are business advisors, taxation consultants and strategists that specialise in setting up businesses. We understand the client and give them the very best customised advice and strategies to achieve their goals. Visit our website dkpco.com.au or give us a call today on 03 9023 9370. Fast, proactive, personal. That's DKP & Co Chartered Accountants.
Western United, can they find something here? Big chance, Berisha! He's done it again! And it's a goal! Unbelievable! What about this? Dylan Pierias, his first touch of the game. Sanchez! Western United do claim the 3 points. And Diamante again! Oh, he's done it! Twice! He's chipped a keeper!
Presented by Simonds. It's the Green Room on FNR, Football Nation Radio. What a pleasure to catch up with Stephen Lustica, or Lustica as they say in Split, over a very nice cup of coffee at Panenka Foodstore.
There was a very good cup of coffee.
I have to say, do recommend that place. Attached to Ultra Football. It's a pity, we didn't get Stephen out on the artificial pitch there to have a few cracks of goal.
I actually think that's another thing to add into the little content whiteboard that we have out in the green room. Our green room, not the program, the green room, just to clear up any confusion. Add that one and a tour of Stephen Lustica's jersey wardrobe. We'll pick some out and get him to explain significance. Where did it come from? Where did it go? Not the Cotton Eye Joe part. That's not important. But I think those are two things to add to the content whiteboard.
Big thanks to Panenka Foodstore. Big thanks to Simonds Homes, the great Australian builder, for supporting this program each and every week. Before we go today, I think we should look ahead to Saturday's game in Ballarat, 3 p.m. kickoff at Mars Stadium against the box office Jets, as you called them earlier.
Well, I don't call them that, but people...
Some have.
People in Australian footballing circles have been known to refer to them as the box office Jets.
They are a swashbuckling team. They take a lot of risks. Sometimes they make terrible, terrible mistakes and goals go in, but that's the approach they take under Arthur Pappas. Defensively, not particularly sound this season. They haven't been getting the results, but that doesn't mean they're not a good team, because there's been plenty of games that I've seen Newcastle play this season where they've been tremendously unlucky not to get 3 points based on the performance. And they're very, very potent when it comes to their attacking firepower as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, not least Becca Mikkeltadze, who is leading the goal scoring rankings and maybe arguably leading the votes for player of the season. Perhaps, perhaps there are some Western United players that might have a thing or two to say about that, not least Leo Lacroix. But those two are going to be an important matchup on the weekend. They're going to have a hard time keeping... I know they've kept so many clean sheets this season, ground out so many 1-0 wins. As Dylan said, they're working on that. They're starting to build more and more goals into their game. But I think they're going to have a hard time keeping the Jets scoreless this weekend. I think that back line, whatever shape it takes up on the weekend, is going to be under the pump. And maybe that might be a chance for Western United to take advantage of the amount of heat that Newcastle Jets will bring in and strike on the counter, especially if we see Dylan Pierias starting again on the wing. he might, that someone like him with the speed that he's got at his disposal to get in those gaps that we know the Newcastle Jets can leave sometimes, that might be a very fortuitous route to go for them.
And that's why, despite having just talked them up, I think Western United are a really tough matchup for the Newcastle Jets because they are so defensively solid, ostensibly able to repel most of that attacking firepower and then lethal on the counter-attack, and they do leave spaces for you to break into the Jets, and they also are prone to a mistake or two playing out from the back. I think you can get at that back line, especially via the man we've talked to today, Dylan Pierias, a bit of pace on the wing to get in behind, in between defender and fullback, and the likes of Diamante or Lustica to feed some through balls through. It can be a really dangerous avenue to goal.
Well, and the other thing as well is that the Jets under Arthur Papas like to press quite high as well and really try and put teams under the cosh early into the phase of play. But Western United are actually pretty handy with the defenders that they've got at their disposal. Pretty handy at distributing the ball as well. So I could very easily see them being able to work it around or play a ball up top to Prijovic, who can feed the runners either side of him. So yeah, I think it'll be a goal fest. I'm going to go out there and say it. I think Western United will win, but I reckon there's going to be a lot of goals for both teams.
And we've seen goal fests in Ballarat before.
Yeah.
Notably, was it against MacArthur? I remember the Iker Guarachena show a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
That was such a good day. I mean, it's always a good playing surface in Ballarat. It tends to be a very nice pitch. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is one of the games of the season from a matchup perspective, and it should be a great occasion out there as well.
Well, I think we can say all the nice things about it that we want to. We do genuinely think it's a good game, but nothing advertises the quality of a contest potentially in store than one of the actual players, Dylan Pierias, we spoke to him earlier, saying that he's looking forward to this game. When someone who's studied the tape, is in the thick of the action, week in, week out, is watching every A-League game, like he said, when he's looking forward to the game, when he thinks it's going to be good, he probably knows. So that's about as good as an advertisement that you could possibly hope for.
He gave a ringing endorsement of Rene Krihin as well, a man who hasn't played a huge part this season. As Dylan revealed, he hasn't played competitive football since April 2021 until the last few weeks when he's been making substitute appearances and did start against Perth Glory. Rene the Razzler, could this be his opportunity to make his mark?
See, that's all I was going to say to you, Josh. I wasn't going to reply with anything other than Rene the Razzler, but yeah, I think it certainly could be.
Well, get your tickets, get up to Ballarat. We're going to be making the journey, the FNR crew. So if you see us at the game, say hi, chat to us about the green room, what you'd like to see coming up on the program as well. As you said, Lockie, we've got the ideas whiteboard. We've got the COVID restrictions lifting now, so we're able to do more in-person stuff with the players, more fun chats over coffee like we did with Stephen Lustica today, and maybe even some more interactive stuff on pitch or off.
Prospecting at Southern Hill with Western United player X. There we go. There's
Panning for goals.
There's your Ballarat promo.
Panning for goals with Alex Prijovic.
There we go. Well, I know what I'm going to be doing now as we head out. I'm going to walk over to the whiteboard and get out the marker pen. Beautiful.
We'll see. Let's see if Western United can strike gold in the gold mining town this weekend. I better sign off before I stink up the joint with more puns. All right, thank you so much for watching along here on The Green Room. We've had a lot of fun today. We hope you have too. A big thank you to Simonds Homes for supporting the program, and a big thank you to Western United as well for giving us the opportunity to do these kinds of things. It's always really exciting for us. And we look forward to speaking to you again next week after hopefully another 3 points in Ballarat.
Western United, can they find something here? Big chance, Berisha! He's done it again! And it's a goal! Unbelievable! What about this? Dylan Pierias, his first touch of the game. Sanchez! Western United do claim the 3 points. And Diamante again! Oh, he's done it! Twice! He's tipped a keeper!
Presented by Simonds. It's The Green Room on FNR, Football Nation Radio.